Now, can you imagine the anguish of being forced out of your home to flee your land and be hunted out of your state? That's the plight of over 150 people from Bengal who were forced to take refuge in Assam. Yet, the Chief Minister asked, "What's my fault?" They fear for their lives in the midst of violence, arson and murders during Panchayat polls. Remember, around 15 people were killed while ballot boxes were being vandalized, ballot papers torched and bombs lobbed at rivals. Times Now travels to Dhubri in Assam, where about 133 people are currently taking refuge. They show us videos of how their homes in Bengal were vandalized and razed by TMC goons, forcing them to flee. Many of them are from opposition parties and now fear for their lives. Listen in.
हम लोग असम आया पिछले जो चुनाव हुआ था पंचायत चुनाव में हम लोग बीजेपी और हम लोग दोनों एक साथ गठबंधन करके मैंने उधर प्रार्थी दिया था। तो चुनाव में हम लोगों को तो लड़ने नहीं दिया। चुनाव का दिन हम लोगों का ऊपर इतना दबाव आया, पुलिस को साथ लेके जो शासक दल है तृणमूल पार्टी, वो लोग हम लोगों को उधर बुध में था सबको डंडा पीट के भगा दिया और उन लोगों ने छापा मार के मैंने जीत लिया। हम लोगों को भगा दिया बूथ से।
डर तो তৃণমূলেরই মানে আমাদের ওইখানে যে সন্ত্রাসটা হয়েছে ওটার জন্যই আসামে আসা। হ্যাঁ, যাওয়া তো বাড়ি, এখানে যাব না মানে অবশ্যই যাব। দেখি আলোচনা করতেছে, আসাম সরকারও করতেছে, দেখি কি মীমাংসা করে।
Assam Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has assured them that they are safe and well provided for in his state. Meanwhile, BJP has set up a fact-finding committee to look into instances of violence.
पश्चिम बंगाल से करीबन 150 लोग शरणार्थी आसाम में कल आए हैं। वो लोग यही बताए हैं कि पंचायत चुनाव का कारण जो हिंसात्मक घटने हुए हैं उनका कारण ये लोग भयभीत होते, आक्रांत होते आसाम तक आया है। हमें धुबरी जिला में इनको रहने का व्यवस्था किया हो, खाने का व्यवस्था किया हो, लेकिन जो भी फैक्चुअल पोजीशन है विदाउट एनी कमेंट्स मैं आपका सामने रखा हूं।
ममता जी ये कैसा चुनाव कराती हैं लोकतंत्र में आपके पुलिस और आपका प्रशासन। मैं बिहार से आता हूं, ये और रेखा जी यूपी से आते हैं। आज से 15-20 साल पहले वहां ये सब होता था, सब खत्म हो गया।
However, the TMC has denied reports of exodus as fake allegations by the Chief Minister of a BJP-ruled state. But here's the biggest shocker. After 45 poll-related deaths in the past several days, the Chief Minister of the state, Mamata Banerjee, is asked, "What's my fault?" Listen in.
আমি আজকে দুঃখিত, কয়েকজন মারা গেছে বিক্ষিপ্ত ঘটনায়, এবং যে জায়গাগুলো ঘটনা ঘটেছে সেই জায়গাগুলো আজ নয়, চিরকাল যদি আপনারা 25-30 বছরের ইতিহাস দেখেন তাহলে দেখবেন ওই কটা স্পটেই গন্ডগোল হয়। দমকল তো গন্ডগোল হয়েছে, মারা গেছে আমাদের কর্মীরা। জিতেছে কি? বিরোধী দল। আমরা তো জিতিনি ওখানে। ভাঙড়ে গন্ডগোল হয়েছে কে? বিরোধী দল। আমরা তো ওখানে জিতিনি, আমাদের সিটটা ছিনিয়ে নিয়েছে।
Let's take this across to our guest joining us. Sanju Verma is BJP's national spokesperson. Kailash Adhikari is MD of Governance Now. Mohammad Tauseef Rahman is TMC spokesperson. Also joining us is Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst. You know, Tauseef, the problem is this, that on the one hand you have over 45 deaths, that's a matter of public record. On the other hand, you have these individuals who have crossed the border. They're showing pictures, they're showing images of their houses that have been completely vandalized. They say that we are under threat, we've left our homes because of that and have come to another state. Now, this is not the first time it's happening. There was a similar scene seen after the West Bengal assembly elections, which is leading many to ask that ultimately who's responsible for the law and order? Can the Chief Minister really come out and say that what's my fault? It's all being done by my rivals as the head of the administration of the state?
Absolutely. I mean, I told you before also, and today I'm saying, it's absolutely heart-wrenching to see what Bengal has faced and this brutal conspiracy against the people of Bengal, not against Trinamool Congress, but against the people of Bengal. And I respect those statements coming from those people who has left Bengal and staying in Assam, but I don't, I don't get bothered. I'm not concerned from a statement which is coming from Assam Chief Minister, who's a pani chor. We don't care about him, whatever he said. So it's not important. But as you heard, Mamata Banerjee, it's not about she's being emotional. But again, I told you, 17 people died first, then 29, and the race is going up. I mean, whether you belong to BJP, Congress, TMC, whatsoever. But the fact is, when you want to play a blame game, who died? 18 people from TMC died. And you are leaving Bengal, the BJP cadres are leaving Bengal and going Assam just to make a mockery out of it, just to get some sympathy. So
you're saying those who have left, you are dubbing them all as BJP cadre. They are not citizens of the state. They don't deserve to be protected according to you.
I'll complete. People are talking about fact-finding community. That there's a fact-finding committee, blah, blah, and things are coming. Where was the fact-finding committee when Tripura 93% uncontested seat happened? Where was this fact-finding committee when many people died in Uttar Pradesh during NRC? Where was this fact-finding committee?
No, sir, the simple question, one second. Are we discussing West Bengal elections? No, we heard what Mamata Banerjee has said. You are echoing what she said earlier today. But the question at the end of the day, Tauseef, is also about the responsibility of the state. And I want to ask Sanju Verma this. Sanju Verma, those who have crossed over, Tauseef calls them as BJP Karyakartas. He says they are party workers. He doesn't attach importance to Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is the Chief Minister of a BJP-ruled state, according to him. He's also, of course, given him certain adjectives. But the larger question is this. The larger question that he is asking and the Chief Minister is asking is that why is this fact-finding committee coming now? That is the biggest problem, not looking into the law and order situation on ground.
Madhav, I need my time because I have not heckled the TMC panelist. First and foremost, I take strong objection to the derogatory adjective he used for Himanta Biswa Sarma. If you call him Pani Chor and I call Mamata Banerjee Ballot Chor, I'm sure we are only going to go back and forth. Now let me just read out the High Court judgment that came out today. And I think that encapsulates the manner in which law and order has taken a flying leap out of the window in West Bengal, showcasing the incompetency of the sitting Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who is the Chief Minister and the de facto Home Minister. This is what the Kolkata High Court said. The responsibility to ensure that there is no breach of peace lies with the state government. If the state government is not in a position to safeguard its citizens, then it is a very serious matter to be taken note of. Since the 13th of June, we have issued a series of orders. Why is it that despite our orders, you were not able to conduct free and fair elections and the violence continues? We have received over 44 emails from various sources showcasing the widespread violence, and we reserve our order, which will be out on the 19th of July, on the petitions regarding malpractices in over 50,000 booths, which means over 50,000 booths could actually see repolling based on petitions filed with the Kolkata High Court, which has taken cognizance of the matter. And I just want to ask one thing to Mamata Banerjee. I understand Bengali very well. She said this is a media trial. It's a lie. Second lie, she said only 19 people have died. It's a lie. The DGP of West Bengal, Manoj Malviya, has said 45 people have died and the number is rising. Mamata Banerjee's lie number 3. She said there were just 3 to 4 incidents of violence in Cooch Behar. There was no violence in Bankura, in Jalpaiguri, in North 24 Parganas, in South 24 Parganas, in North Dinajpur, in South Dinajpur, in Murshidabad. So Mamata Didi, there was widespread violence right from Barakpur and Arambagh to Jhargram and Khargram from North 24 to South 24 Parganas, and you have failed miserably. And my last point, Madhav, is this. If you recall the August 21st 2021 judgment.
Okay.
Led by the then Kolkata High Court Acting Chief Justice Rajesh Bindal.
Yes, yes.
That time the West Bengal government said there was no cause for violence, and Rajesh Bindal, in a judgment dated 21st August, upheld the findings of the National Human Rights Commission and said this.
Yes.
You tried to motivate and take the investigation to a certain level. You do not inspire confidence.
Yes, we recollect what the courts have said, but let me stick to what has happened today. We have limited time, Sanju Verma, so I want to stick to events of today, and let me ask that question to Tauseef Rahman. Tauseef Rahman, the High Court has repeatedly come down strongly on the state government. During the course of this Panchayat poll, leave alone the assembly poll, where NHRC, the High Court, everyone came down strongly. You know, it's one thing to say that there's a culture of political violence for 20-25 years, but where is the responsibility? It can't be the case that the High Court is wrong every time, and the responsibility shirked every time as well.
No, Madhav, it's simple. Jhuto ke barat mein dulha bhi jhuta. So it is as simple as that. You are bringing judgment from Supreme Court, but who's opposing the Supreme Court judgment? We were opposing anything from it's coming from BJP. We were not opposing anything from
Did the Supreme Court grant you relief? One second. Let me just ask a simple question. The Supreme Court grant relief, sir? Sir, one second. Yeah, Sanju Verma, that is the question I'm asking him. Tauseef, was relief granted to the West Bengal government by the Supreme Court? Or was your party aggrieved with the Supreme Court? Please answer that much.
BJP was asking a fair election.
Kolkata is not ruled by the BJP. Kolkata is ruled by the TMC. Learn to take responsibility. Learn to take accountability.
Sanju Verma, I've asked him a question. Let him respond first to what he has said as far as Supreme Court is concerned. I'm coming to you. You'll get a chance. The other panelists who have not yet spoken. Quick response in 20 seconds, Tauseef Rahman. Quick response.
If you yourself will start interrupting, Madhav, how the debate will go on. You know, anything comes from Supreme Court, we have to accept it, and we did that.
Yes.
We did that. BJP asked for deployment of central force. Central force did came. It was not in our hand to deploy the central force. Again, but I am asking you, where was the central force? 63,000 booth were there. Out of 63,000, only 6.8% had disturbance. Sanju Ji, please shut your mouth. I never interrupted you. Please shut up. Please shut up.
No. There's no need to get unparliamentary. There is no need to get unparliamentary with our language. Let's be a little restrained. No. One second. One second.
Shut up.
You know, this is the problem. Why can't we have a civilized debate? Tauseef Rahman. No. Simple question. Let me just come in here. Listen, we cannot have this kind of a shouting match. We have very little and limited time. Sanju Verma, pointed question coming in from the TMC to you is that there were not enough central forces deployed. This is the question he's asking. Respond to that.
It's not only this.
Okay, you made your point now. One second. You've had it. Sir, you have spoken. Now let others come in, please. This is not a freewheeling conversation. We have limited time. Let others come in also. Sanju Verma, quickly respond and then I go across to others.
Madhav, the Kolkata High Court has clearly said that the BSF and central paramilitary forces were meant to only aid the election process, but till the 28th of June, the State Election Commission, which owes its allegiance to Mamata Banerjee, kept knocking on the doors of the Supreme Court and Kolkata High Court, doing a back and forth, saying, "हमको तो BSF की जरूरत नहीं है, हमें तो CRPF की जरूरत नहीं है, हमें तो Central Paramilitary Forces की जरूरत नहीं है." And today you have the audacity to blame the paramilitary forces of the center.
Let's Shubhankar Bhattacharya. Okay. Shubhankar Bhattacharya. The same TMC which opposed central forces is today saying not adequate central forces were sent to West Bengal. You can't have both the positions at the same time, can you? Shubhankar.
Well, to the moment, I'm just enjoying what Sanju Verma is shouting. You know, just like in Hindi, there is a saying, "Khisyani billi khamba noche."
Let's not make personal comments. I've requested all of you. Why are you wasting time with these personal comments?
And accept your loss with all grace. Now, secondly, there has been, you know, it's high time that you cannot turn off from your responsibilities. The Ministry of Home Affairs is equally responsible. Once you have deployed the central forces over there, you cannot shrug your shoulders out of your responsibility.
BJP or the TMC?
Secondly, please tell me one thing. Again, Sanju Verma, stop shouting. This is not the way. No, this is not the way, Madhav. What is this? You always, you know, Madhav, this
Okay,
is,
one
you
second.
always allow Sanju Verma to
No.
between
I'm
everyone.
coming in now. Sanju Verma, let him make his point, because you know the problem over here, Mr. Bhattacharya. One second. Mr. Bhattacharya, can the state government just wash off its hands of responsibility of law and order in the state? Can the state government just say कि central forces आ गए, so we have no responsibility left? It does not work like that. The State Election Commission has repeatedly been questioned by the High Court. You know that as well as I do. So how can we run away from the responsibility of the administration?
No,
what is wrong?
No, this is wrong.
The High Court is wrong?
Please, Madhav.
The High Court is wrong or the SEC is wrong?
Don't portray a picture.
No, is the High Court wrong?
Don't portray a picture.
Are you questioning the wisdom of the judges of the High Court? Are you questioning?
No law and order in Bengal, it is
Of
wrong.
course, look at this picture. Look at the situation. Sir, ballot boxes with ink thrown on them. People are being killed. People are threatened and leave the state for other states. No, because it's not just BJP. Congress is saying this. The left is saying this. You want me to read out what the CPM Politburo said today? Are you aware of the statement? Do not just make this about BJP. Every political party, apart from the TMC, is saying this today, Mr. Bhattacharya. It is high time. No, it is high time post the election that people admit to the mistakes. If the High Court order does not open your eyes, if what the TMC, if what the CPM, if what the Congress is saying. No, this is the problem. Mr. Bhattacharya, you are ignoring what every political party is saying.
Talking like that only.
No. So then the CPM is wrong. So according to you, one second. So Mr. Bhattacharya, one second. According to you, CPM is wrong. According to you, Congress is wrong. According to you, BJP is wrong. And only TMC is right. It does not work like that. High Court is wrong. Every political party is wrong. Let me bring in Kailash Adhikari. Kailash Adhikari, can we have a situation where every opposition party is wrong and only the ruling party is right? Even the High Court is wrong as per some of our panelists.
First of all, Madhav, I would like to answer a point that 59,000 personnel from the Central Armed Police Forces were deployed for Panchayat election, where there were total polling stations of 61,636. So now the TMC saying that inadequate number of police forces from the center were deployed is totally wrong. And state police also has some responsibility. Secondly, you know, I was shocked to see the statement passed by the Chief Minister of West Bengal. I mean, this is the first time that I'm seeing such an irresponsible statement from a Chief Minister, and how irresponsibly a Chief Minister can actually behave. Under the rule of the Trinamool Congress Party, we have seen cases of violence increasing in the state of West Bengal, not only in the Panchayat election, but also in the state elections. And also the deteriorating law and order condition where people and party men of the opposition party workers, they have been killed. And there are instances and police cases have been filed. Now more than approximately close to 45 people have been killed, and still the state government and the Chief Minister has no remorse towards it. It is thanks to their stars that they have a neighboring state, one of the neighboring states as Assam, which is so welcoming, and there, by going there, they find some kind of shelter and food. Otherwise,
well, absolutely. And in fact, you know, before we close, Kailash Adhikari, before we close, I just want to very quickly read out a statement which has been put out by the Politburo of the CPM. They have said that they are outraged at the developments in West Bengal in wake of counting process of votes cast by people in the three-tier Panchayat elections. State administration and State Election Commission, acting in complicity with ruling party, engaged in large-scale falsification of choice exercised by people, violating the orders of the State Election Commission, open violations of directions of High Court. This is the CPM. This is not just the BJP, but also the Congress, which has made similar statements. So I think, therefore, it's a very, very important debate, because there are serious questions on the kind of democracy. It's not just enough to talk about democracy of your rivals. It's also important to look within as to how democratic the processes within states and governments that are ruled by various opposition political parties are concerned as well. We'll have to just leave the debate there at the moment. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.